Alright, so y'all ready to get started?
Yes, ma'am.
Are y'all ready to get started?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Very excited to have you all here. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here tonight with us. Some of you will be sharing your energy, your artwork. Some of you are just here to hold space, just here to be an artistic community. Some of you just came to get food and you were like, oh snap, there's an open mic. Whatever it is that brought you here, I'm very grateful for everybody. I'm excited. First and foremost, thank you to Aaron and Justin, Lifted Boston, Rhythm and Raps. Just a round of applause for nourishing our bodies, for putting together this space for us to heal together, putting together this space for us to share what's on our heart, share what's on our mind. COVID-19 hit a lot of people differently. And some of us are still feeling the remnants of that. It changed some folks. And change isn't necessarily bad, because how do we evolve without change? But it's these types of spaces, these healing spaces where we get together, where we show up for one another, to share our stories, to be ourselves. That's what heals us and helps us keep moving and come back to get that rebirth even stronger than we were before. Y'all feel me?
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all feel me? Y'all feel me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. So, some of you may already know this, some of you may not. I am in the midst of writing my very first poetry book.
Yes.
And, let me put this down. Yes. And I am going to share some of the poems from the poetry book. So this is, anybody who's a part of the poetry community, this is like a new poem. Okay. Y'all ain't hit. So, part of the poetry community, when somebody says they have something that they're sharing for the first time or it's new, everybody goes, new shit? Okay, so this is like a new poem.
New shit.
Y'all feel me? Cool. So, I'm going to share some poetry and I'll call you up. Everybody's in the building that signed up? Cool. If you're not here, you'll be here soon. So, for my poems, I like to put the title at the end. So this is how it goes. There'll be a poem, a dramatic pause. I'll do a head nod. Don't clap yet. After the head nod, I'll say the title of it. Another dramatic pause. Then you show up. Cool?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. It's all right. We're gonna work it out. If you mess up, that's cool. Love you anyways. Okay, cool. There's no greater love, no greater power than a woman with imagination, a woman with love and a woman with faith. She breathes fuchsia and chartreuse into a world of black and white. She births symphonies out of strings of respite. She blossoms chrysanthemums out of concrete. She evokes freedom out of misery. She releases pain from your heart just by loving you despite. She sees the good in all. She turns words into poetry. She lives in solitude, yet she makes you feel like she's been by your side every wake and every blink. She speaks every dialect. Her tongue is the language of love. She's a warrior, a goddess. The ethers and the moon. She makes a house into a home, a boy into a king, a root into a tree, a thought into reality. She's the epitome of grace. Her laughter brings the sun out amidst the clouds. Her smile so refreshing, like lemonade on a scorching August day. Her existence is the inspiration for you to love harder, for you to live fully, and for you to forgive. She's our greatest gift, because she loves you even when you neglect to love yourself. She holds us with no expectation. There's nothing she cannot do. Woman. Next, we have coming up a beautiful sister that I actually met tonight, but she is a part of the community, the art, the healing, the poetry community. I'll let her tell you a little bit more about herself, but next up we have Dawn.